Right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Craft Her Way by Devin Seward. And today we are going to give this our best shot. We're going to start by finishing off what we didn't get done yesterday. And we are also going to try and make a new mold. So let's get going. All right, so I got my resin all whooped together and we're just going to stir it. This is Famo wood. And it's part A and part B epoxy. Good for deep pours or top pours. So we're just going to mix that in a little bit. All right. I'm going to give her a few minutes to set while we go ahead and show you. Yesterday, we put together the Santa for Roberta's order. We are doing one more Santa Claus for the order. We're going to put the red coat in this one. And then we got our holly done and the hole drilled, and we'll put her keychain on. And then we're going to pour that one. We're going to do one more turtle mold and make our last snowflake. And then we are going to dress these guys up and pour a couple more hearts. I'm going to do another owl. And I'm going to try to get the stick to stand up in there so I can use it in some flowers so that tomorrow we may do the flowers. Okay? And so we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to pour some in here. And this is just to clear. Okay? And so we're going to take our brush. Grab a brush right here. And if you can see these guys, I'll go ahead and move them up here. Okay? And then this one too. And they just need a little bit of a back on them because the sticker is sticky. And we don't want that. These are our Halloween. And they needed a coat. So we're just going to brush that on. Right onto the back. Just brushing across. Just a light coat. Nothing big or popular. Nothing fancy. Just want to give it a little coat across that sticker. And across the back of it. Just so it's good and secure. And it won't be sticky no more. So we can use these for ornaments. And then we'll drill our hole and put our hangers on them. We can't have that sticker sticking to anything. A lot of people put up a Halloween tree. You don't want them poking on your leaves or vines or anything of that sort. So get that on there. Just a good coat. One more. All right, I think that'll do it. Okay, for that one. And then our little turtle hole, she's going to need a clear coat. This is our cap. Can you all see that okay? Oh, you couldn't see my shakers. There you go. I just put the coat on them. I apologize. Working on that side is too far. Okay, and then let me get you straightened back out there. And here is our, I call them the hollyhock poinsettias, whatever they want to call them. And she is just going to take a feel. I just want to fill that up. Okay. I'll add a little more to my cup here. And we're just going to give her a good strong coat. Let me get that deep in there. Okay. That way when we pour it, it's not an over pour. And I just all the way around. Just to the rim of this thing so she's nice and bubbly. We just don't want her to run over. Ah, peekaboo. There she is. Okay. And then that will fill all in there. Nice and strong. Okay. And there you have that. All right. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and pour some more in our cup. I don't think it'll be that much in there, so we just want to add a little bit of red paint to our mixture. And if you can see that red paint, I'm just going to stir that in. Nice thick coat. Making sure I scrape the edges really nice and clean there. Okay. There you have it. And we're just going to pour that in here. This is the back of our snowman, our Santa. And that will spread out good and even, and hopefully it won't run over. Nice. Look at that. Nice. Goody, goody, goody. Okay. Now with what we have left here, we're just going to add a little bit of hearts to it. Well, that's stars, guys. And I'll throw in some hearts. And a little bit of red glitter. Okay. Now can you see all that in there? Red glitter, hearts, and stars. And I'm just going to stir them in there. Just like that. All the way around the edge. Making sure I get it all. Okay. There's just enough in there. And then we're going to pour one of our hearts. And that one, we're going to go up and around the edge. Up and around the edge. Just getting it in that little groove. Got enough to do another one, so we'll space them out. They're so pretty. I'll show you in a minute. Need just a tad bit more here. Couple drips. I'll go ahead and stir that in with what I got in my cup. We can just pour that on top. And you want to get it in there really good. Okay. And we'll just go up and around. And then up and around. And there you have it. Okay. And that was the rest of the red. Oh, forgive me. I forgot to put my gloves on, everybody. Give me 1 second. Here I am so excited it's going to work today. And I forgot. Okay. I don't want to get the resin on my hands. Dry them really good. And we'll just throw on some gloves. I am so sorry, everybody. You should never do your resin without having your gloves on your hands. Some people have allergic reactions. It can be very contaminating. It can get in your food. It can get in your pores. And it can make you sick. So there's a lot of reasons. And I guess if it gets too hot, it can burn your skin. So, alrighty. There's that much. All right, you're straight. Okay, so I got some white hearts. I'll take that little skeleton out. I have no idea why them two things are in there. That one's out. Where's that skeleton? Let's see. If he's in there, he's going to be almost like a Halloween pour on a Christmas pour. Where he come? Anywho, there you have your hearts and some blue paint. And all right. So what we're going to do, we're going to pour some resin in it. Hopefully I got him out. If not, then we will see him. And then we're just going to give it a really good stir. Getting all those off the bottom. That blue paint's not quite going to come up. So, I think we will add a little. Okay. So we're going to add a little drop of blue. And I just used the eco-friendly paints. Just like that. I don't want too much blue. I don't want it too dark. And we're just going to stir it in there. So it's nice and light to everybody. Not a rich color, just a nice light color, just like that. And I think what we'll do is add some more of the hearts. We just kind of want to give it that mushy mush. And not a whole lot. And I'm going to add a little bit of the blue. Let's see. The blue flakes in here. Okay. Oh. Well, that does not want to close unless you line them up. Okay. And then we're going to stir all that in. You see that in there? It's nice and rich and thick. Okay. And yes, they're going to all float to the bottom because this is the snowflake and it's upside down. All right. And so we're just going to give that a good pour. And then we're just going to take our, brush it up over that little hoop. Just like that. Okay. And then what we have left, we're going to make us another heart. We're just going to swoop around that, brushing any of that off. So there's a little extra in there. Just going to put it back in our cup. There we go. All right, there we got it. And we're going to do that again over here. Okay, and then we're just going to swoop again around that circle. All right, just like that. Get that glitter down in there if I can without overrunning my snowman or my snowflake. Okay, so let's just move Santa. All right, now we are going to pour the owl. And let that get set up. So I got my resin in my cup. And I'm going to use the acrylic paint green. I'm going to do a little squirt in there. Not a lot. It doesn't take a lot. And then I'm going to be putting some green flakes in here. Let me get my acrylic pencil. Okay, just like that. Get my thing. And we are going to whip that up. Inside there you can see the paint. It's going to take the color. The thing is, most of this is going to sink down to the head. So then I'm going to find my green heart. We'll use some blue stars. How about that? So a couple blue stars in there. There's my heart. And then a couple green hearts. Okay, just like that. Then we're just going to stir that in. You see them? Going to stir them in there. And yeah, I kind of want them to sink. It gets a little thicker. See that? I kind of want them to sink down to the head of the owl and the body, which it will do. And then we're just going to pour that in there. Just like that. And pour it up. Okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my popsicle stick and I'm going to stand it straight up. And I'm going to secure it by holding it up with a couple popsicle sticks. And that's just for a couple minutes there. Once it starts to dry, whoops, let me get them on there just right. Let me get another one here in front, a little one. Okay, so we're going to build kind of like a pyramid just to hold it in. I really, really want that to sink in. I'm going to take the rest of my green here and pour it in my turtle. Actually, let me wipe that out. I got flakes in it. We pulled the blue one out last night and didn't get it wiped out, so okay. I just want to get those out of there. There, that's better than what it was. When you use glitter, it stays to everything. So there's that one. And we're going to pour the rest of this in our turtle, so we're going to add just a little bit more. Just a touch. Okay. Alright, and then we need just a touch of green. What did I do with it? Here it is. Okay. I don't want a lot in there, but I do need just a little extra, and then I'm just going to stir that green in. And I kind of want it to be more vibrant. Okay. And then I'm going to pour it into the head of my turtle. And to the center. Until she fills up. Okay. Nicely. Alright. Now this we'll pour into one of the big hearts. Okay. And let's get all that glitter down in there. And then we're going to just give it a good wrap around there. Alright, nice and easy, guys. There's that one. We're just going to touch that, wipe it out. Okay. Now, I do not want you sliding up there because all you're going to do, there we go. Stay even, girls. Oh, let me grab my alcohol spray and just regular old alcohol in a bottle. And I'm going to spritz these so the bubbles, kill those bubbles off. Yeah, something like that. Okay. And then we're just going to give that one a little spritz. All right. And then these here will dry. And then now we are going to put some clear in a cup. And we are going to pour into this snowman. And I think she's level. I can't tell. All right, we're just going to fill this up all the way around. Just till she's covered. Look at that pretty flakes in there. I really like that. Okay. Let me get this set up here, guys. So she will stay level. All right. And I'll set that one up there too. Then we're going to pour our Santa Claus. And inside Santa, we're just going to take and sprinkle a little bit of blue around the outside. And a little bit of that one's kind of stuck in there. There we go. I don't want too much of that. Where's the red? Okay, and then just a little bit of red. Okay. All right. And then the green heart inside, just like that. And then all we're going to do is move everything off Santa's face. Whoops. I'm just going to brush it off his cap, his face and all, so you can see his little eyes and his beard. And you don't want a whole lot in his beard, but you want him to be fancy. All right. And then we're going to pour that into Santa. Just like so. Oops. Hold on, guys. We have all the hearts up here. I want them all in one place. Do. Come on around there, Santa. Share a little love. Get them spread out. There we go. All right. There we have it. Okay. We're going to finish pouring Santa. Can you all see Santa? I'll give him some more. Okay. I'm going to pour some more in there. Hopefully we didn't run him over. All right. And he is good. Oops. Oh, no, he's not. Here it comes. We run him over. So we're just going to take some out of there, just like so, and put it back in a cup. As quickly as possible, guys. All right. I think that'll do it. Let me get this up and level. I get this Santa moved. There. I think that's good. I can put this one over here. All right. That should smooth itself back out. Okay. Now, I think what I want to do is finish off these two, and then this is what I want to do right here, guys. We're going to take this, and we have this little stocking, okay? So I'm just going to rub my fingers on here because they're kind of sticky anyway. And then stick this on there, just like that. Okay? And then I'm going to stick it down. And I think I want to go ahead and sprinkle like maybe some yellows. Some reds. Some purples. Some green. Ooh, that's a lot of some green. It'll be all right. Some red here. We'll do some gold. We'll do some blues. How about that? That is shiny and pretty. All right, and then we're just going to fill it up because I kind of want to give it the total glitter effect. There's that one. Alrighty. And here comes the big cup. And if I can just get one coat on it and we need any more, then we can do another one later after she dries. Let's straighten my cup out, guys. And just press my stocking down so that she stays in there. Okay. Get the rest of this in there. Okay. We're not going to push it, but we do have a little bit more here we can actually top it off with. Okay. We're going to take this big pretty one. And we're just going to move this one over here. I think I'm going to move it to the plastic, y'all. Alrighty. There she goes. Okay. All right, let me change my gloves. And we'll be right back. I'm going to move some things out of the way. All right, we are back. We're going to take, this is the little one we got done with the holly leaf inside and the Christmas ornament. I just really don't do much to them. So we're going to put this through the little hole. This is the last one we did. And I'm just going to give this a little bitty twist, just like that. And then ball it over. And then we're going to bring it up through the hole. And there you have it. That's our little hanging holly. Isn't that pretty? Okay. And then yesterday, we put these on. We had decorated these with the kids, and this is one of the things that I wanted to get finished off. So I just take a little hook. Actually, I need to straighten this little piece up a minute. There's just a little bit of resin up here from a tiny bit of overpour. And we're just going to clean that off. Nice and smooth. You see that. I actually didn't see it. There's a little hair there. Close enough. You don't want them sharp pieces sticking up. And it's nice and smooth. Okay. We're going to take this little bitty hook, like I said. We're just going to open it about as wide as we can get it here. Squeeze it down. You want to get this inside that hook. Guys, give me a second. It's a little hard to do with this glove, so I'm going to switch sides here. I can hold more pressure without the glove. Ha ha! Got it. Okay. There, you see that? I get a hold of it again. It's a little slippery. Huh. Must have resin on my fingers. Okay. 1 second. You just want to get it lined up with that. Squeeze it down. No, it's not working, guys. They're slippery. All right. I know how to do this. It wants to play a stubborn today. So then I'll get my little pliers out here. And they're just right. And then I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get the heart above my hand here. All right, let's see. There we go. What did I do with my heart? Oh, there it is. Well, one of them anyway. Okay, I'll move it aside just a little so I can get this little bitty lip in there. Aha, see that, guys? Now look at that, I squeezed it shut. Ah, there we go. Okay, see? Now you got it on the hook. Now I'm going to take my key ring and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to that past that lip just enough, whoops, just enough to get that key ring in there. There we go. Get it to the other side. Okay. All right. And then I got my key ring. See that? Okay. And I'm going to grab a couple little ones here. I'm going to put those up here. And I'm going to take my little trinkets. Oh, well, that went flying. Oh, there she is. Okay. And we're going to take, oops, the gloves are slippery, everybody. Where'd that go? Oh, I'll find it later. Okay. So, take our little hook. Sticky gloves. Let me take my gloves off, everybody. We're done with resin. So, let's see. I'm going to take this little hook and I'm going to bead my fingers, my fingernails. Oh, I will in a minute. As soon as I find the tip of it, I think I got it right there. Aha. Okay. And I'm just going to get this threaded in that hook. It would help if I could get my eyesight down level, guys. Sorry about that. There's my hole. Just a little bit more. Okay. Let me see here. All right, there we go. Now I got it. All right, we're going to bead that on. Go around the circle. Aha. And then we're going to take our little lip, our keychain, I mean, and we're just going to weave her on there. All the way around. And there you have it, guys. Normally I put little tassels on them, but I got to make up a bunch of them. So there you have it. There's the little keychain. That's a little hook anchor. Okay. And that one is ready to go. And I'm going to do the same to the rest of them. And then we will be right back. All right. Sorry about that. It's a little tough to do and make you all wait. Don't fast forward yet. So anyhow, there you have the butterfly. And we put the little kitty cat on there. Can you see the kitty cat? And that's our next pretty little keychain. And then we had the green one. Okay. And we put the little crown on there. You can see that. That's really, really pretty too. I like that crown. All right, and then we're done, ready to go. All right, now we're going to do a little gluing. We're going to fix our turtle shaker, and yes, it's shaking and it's in there. See the ladybug? Awesome, awesome. Okay, so we're going to be putting backings on the turtle, and then we're going to glue the little blue turtle to the big heart. Okay, so let's get this going. Almost done, guys. Next week is a really, really big surprise. And we're going to be doing some sewing in the next couple days. And don't forget, like and subscribe and share to my channel. Okay, and if you subscribe publicly so I can see your name and I know that you subscribed, and then I will make sure that I get your name into the drawing bucket because we are going to do a Christmas drawing, y'all, and probably one for dolls. So don't forget, make sure you like and subscribe, and there you have that one. That's our little thing, and we tip it upside down and let that little lady dry. And then we're going to be gluing the turtle on. So I have some sewing projects to get done, and I know I told you all this yesterday. Okay, and then this little guy, she can go right there on the heart. Okay. And there you have it, guys. All right, isn't that pretty? I love gold. And gold is my favorite color. And rose gold is my next favorite color. And my mama, she loves blue. And we got Roberta's coaster. The second one is done. And so we're going to be working on, oh, get that bubble out of there. We're going to be working on making her 2 more. And our hearts are going to be finished up for a little bit. We got a big surprise coming up next week. There's going to be lots and lots more to do. And we're going to get the owls done. We're going to get some flowers done. So I think tomorrow we'll be working on some flowers. We'll go ahead and let's poke that out of there. Well, nice and wet even so. Ooh, the back can come off of my holly, guys. Check it out. Now we got to sink her back down in there. All right. Thank God it's not dry yet, huh? It's getting warm. So anyway, that is going to be our projects. And so we're going to have us an awesome fun day coming up soon. And I can't wait to get them done. But I wanted to get this video out because we haven't been able to get these finished up. A lot's been going on. I have surgery on November the 12th. So I'll be down for a couple days and there won't be no video. But when I get back up and better, I will do a video if I have to have my fiance help me do that. And so just to let you all know, I love playing in my resin, but I may not be able to talk for a couple days. They're taking all my thyroids out and all the nodules in my neck. So if I don't get to feeling better, remember, I will have Richie help me. Y'all have a good day. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. God bless you all. And please, please continue watching. Okay? Thanks. And thanks for being patient with me and my video. All right. Love y'all. Have a good night. God bless.